just ignoring me.
And we're live. Hey, everybody, it's Ace Attorney. I'm waiting for the tweet to show up on my timeline so I can retweet it and tweet about it. There we go.
Sometimes I remember to retweet.
Sometimes
usually far
it's
after
usually
the
it's
stream's
usually
over.
like an hour after the stream ends.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds like you. All right.
Who else but me?
Who else but Josh? Ba da da ba ba da ba. Load the selected save data. Yes. December 29, 3:03 p.m. Wright and Co. Law Offices. Did we?
Balls. That's right. Swissy's not gonna be here yet, huh? You were asking a question?
Did I? What's in my court record right now? Oh man.
What?
Did I not save after last week? Got a confession, make a terrible oh my god, I didn't. Oh, well.
Steven, this is your one job, is to save.
Okay, well now I'm gonna speed run it. Hold on. Okay, Phoenix. Cutting this for the YouTube version, by the way. See you in a second. We're back. I did it. It only took, let me see, about 15 minutes to get back to where we were. Anyway. Alright. Do you want to read this part since we're starting it over?
Fine. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bistro. I didn't think about the fact that I won't be able to read this with my fucking screen with my tablet in the way. Okay, there we go. Bistro du Cirque, aka the cafeteria.
It smells so good in here, and those burgers look great.
She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. Hey, YouTube, it takes 15 minutes to resume speaking to someone.
I can tell by
Shut
the
the fuck
smell.
up, Mala guy, you narc. Oh, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special
Yeah, I'll
power.
narc on them too. Yeah, everyone, Steven didn't save. So I've been sitting here like a fucker. Now the ringmaster is gone. What are you going to do?
That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You heard Acro's story, didn't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyway, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes.
Terrible idea. What? Really?
Max would still be an issue, though. He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right. Oops, sorry. Keep skipping your dialogue.
Whatever.
All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know. The tragedy? You know. What is he talking about? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
It's nothing. He must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right?
Yes,
Good
yes,
save, good
that's
save.
it. You're right, girlie. Dang, dang, dang. Correct the moon, though. Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? Yeah! No, not at all! What makes you think that? Just the way you said if everyone get over the tragedy seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Ah, beans. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. Gross. 6 months ago, huh?
I shit myself!
I think we actually do have the evidence for this one, according to the guide I have open, showing that we have the evidence for this one.
According to the guide, I think we're good.
Present MagicA. Take that! Ha! Get over it. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at this circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself.
Ugh. Oh, it's the worst thing they could have had him say.
Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Eh? Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it?
Maya's MAGIC.
Take that! I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right? How did you... gasp? I told him so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along, he could never say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo, don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything.
Was it Acro? Did he bite Acro?
You promised? He's involved in this, too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person you promised you wouldn't say anything? Ken Dingling? Take that! Did you forget that was his name? Because I did.
I did.
I must have been Acro, right? How? How did you know? Don't worry about that, Mo.
Don't worry about it.
Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way! I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. He broke my psyche locks. I have no choice.
I'm legally obligated.
Oh, hey, we've got some health back, apparently. I forgot we had lost it.
I didn't know we could get it back.
It's just like you said. You know, the accident.
Did someone die?
No, but it would have probably been better if he had. What the fuck is this sad carnival music? What? How would that have been better? He's still alive. But when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Oh.
Coma?
All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do.
I see.
How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother.
Hit brother?
They were an acrobat team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Incorrectly.
I was wrong about it, but you know.
Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime.
Who is Acro's younger brother?
Sean Dingling, but everyone always... Are you sure? Are you sure about that one? Must it be? Is Dingling a reference to something, or is it just a funny last name they came up with for this fucking comatose person?
It's like, what do we call the wheelchair and the comatose brothers? Dingling.
Dingling.
Well, it sounds like Ringling. Like Ringling Brothers?
Oh, that could be it.
The circus guys?
Yeah, that's probably it. But everyone always called him Bat, which sounds like no part of his names. He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his downfall. Everyone
seems like everyone's in love with this 12-year-old.
6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon."
A weird thing to ask. Why did he do that? Well, to
I
get
don't
Rich
know.
in his pants.
But that's what caused the accident.
I don't know.
I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling.
Huh? He? You mean Leon?
Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. Oh. And then they just include the sound.
I've pieced together something, Steven.
Tell me
the
more.
Tiger sneezed. Or the tiger. The lion. The lion sneezed. Someone used the pepper to make the lion sneeze.
Some sick grin. It took pleasure in killing that man.
He was not smiling.
It would do it
No
again.
way.
That's why the ringmaster had to take it out back and cap him.
No way! That's impossible!
A smirking lion? A flying murderer? Why does it seem like it's always Mo who catches all of these incredible events?
The lion was sneezing. The lion sneezed. You know.
You know.
Nick, can lions smile?
We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle.
So that's what really happened.
This is a game for children, may I remind you. Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you have some pepper. Shaka, 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 shaka. Right,
wow, they're really laying it on thick, huh?
Really acting like his crazy normal self.
I wonder if I'm about to sneeze. Achoo, achoo.
Nice, what a wonderful sneeze.
Huh? You think so?
You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that.
Nick, I think I'd make a good clown.
Yeah, probably.
You are already a clown, and then Phoenix leaves.
Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer.
Does Regina sneeze with pepper too?
She does! Bat would always tease her with pepper.
Bad?
From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together.
Well, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. That was a joke from me, and no one else.
And also MagicA. MagicA loves prequel memes. That's one thing you gotta know about MagicA.
I gotta go rewatch the prequels at some point. It's been many, many years. Many years. They looked perfect together, huh?
Is that all we got? Is that all I need from you, Mo?
Really? They're not gonna piece it together now?
Nope, now we have to go to
Alright,
Acro's
fine.
room and break his psyche locks.
Hey Acro, I know about your brother.
I don't know why I'm mocking your boss.
I don't know why I'm here, but I am.
And that's something you're just gonna have to get over.
Steven, where are you going?
Acro's room.
Yeah, but
Ah, Mr. Wright.
it took you 1,000
Back
years.
again, I see.
Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else?
We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Oh well, seems you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Alright, dipshit, I will. Take that! I never push the button before I say it. I should check that.
You should.
About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how were you injured?
I have to ask you.
Sorry, I thought we
Wheels
talked about
on
this.
the chair?
It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes, unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, you'd have no reason to keep it secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was causing your injury? The fuck am I supposed to present here? Oh, Leon.
The lion.
The lion, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Were you fucking stupid? He's to the left.
Yeah, I was clicked out of the window looking at the guide because I didn't remember.
He's to the left!
I got him!
Fucking,
Take that!
I hate you.
Yeah! 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion.
Why do you hurt me? Why do you go out of your way?
I'm just stupid, Josh. I can't help it.
Yeah, but I tell you the answer, and then you ignore me!
Oh, we got one. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Yeah, okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion.
Battled!
You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion?
And now you present his brother, I assume.
Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. Hold on.
Bat.
Take that!
Or Sean Dingling.
Sean... Bat. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Nice. Mo, he must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. I'm willing to throw that clown under the bus. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to that accident.
I would throw him under a literal bus.
I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. Slip of the tongue. Anyways, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That's where we step. Cut down together. That's where we slipped. And that's how I figured it out.
You suck at this.
Yeah, I've been doing it for fucking like 2 years or whatever. You two ended up in the center of the same accident.
Swissy's
together,
internet is
like
out.
Always. Well, fuck. I see. But an accident is an
no
accident.
Swissy, everyone.
It wasn't anyone's fault.
If you came here for Swissy specifically, you can leave the stream or YouTube video.
Eh. I still haven't broken
That's an empty promise. There's.
I still haven't broken Acro's last psyche lock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you are still hiding something from me. I can see it in your locks. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive. Got a guess?
Max?
I don't think so.
Or is it Regina?
It was, I believe it was Regina, because I know we mentioned Regina's was like, yeah, she's pretty cute, and he was like, He's the only one at this circus so far who was just like, Take that!
I knew he didn't necessarily like her, but I didn't know he disliked her.
Regina, you always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she is cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, your tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you. Twice. Ha ha ha. It wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Don't! Maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along.
Is it the note?
The ransom note that was shoved in her pocket, yep.
Yeah.
Take that! Gah!
Eat shit, Acro!
Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro as breakfast in the morning. You wrote this and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Bang! My last lock sprouted. Wheelchair. My legs were injured by Leon. 6 months ago, my younger brother Pat had a dare with Regina. Why?
A dare?
An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go on to movies with me to a date. Bang.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
That's insane. Didn't he know that Regina was only 15 and a half?
We all thought I was being stupid, too. But that wife was very old to begin with, and age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. Yeah. And that's when the accident happened? They just wanted to take her out to the movies.
Poor Bat.
When Leon jumped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up.
What about Bat?
Permanent brain damage. He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him.
I see.
I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Regina and Bat. Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? It's the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him.
Gross. It's covered in blood and not pepper.
A scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, it looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously.
Oh.
When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin.
These people really don't know what sneezing looks like, huh?
Apparently.
Nick!
I know! Mo said the same thing!
What do you think it all means?
I think this is Von Karma?
I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind.
Yep. Miss Von Karma?
I've already heard everything. I was over there in the corner. So hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial.
That's why I'm taking
That
it.
is, it's mine now. It's my evidence, and I'm throwing it in the furnace. That is for me to decide. I think.
I think.
Fucking remix. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro.
Preparations?
I've served the summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro will talk more at the prosecutor's office.
He can't get down the stairs by
Acro?
himself.
A witness? Come, Acro. Let's go to the office.
Yes, ma'am.
I think, therefore I am. Now what are we gonna do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow?
Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out.
Look at you all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use.
It's all beginning to come together now.
Why didn't you finish your Chex Mix before the stream, Steven?
It's chips. Excuse you.
I don't care.
Hey, look, an automatic progress.
You
save.
always do this.
I'll do it again.
At least we won't have to redo that part.
Yeah, I know.
Unless your memory card gets corrupted in your Nintendo DS.
I have the Steam version of this game. December 30, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
Good morning, Max.
Oh no. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. I wasn't ready. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today.
Yeah.
I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Tee-hee? Is this Tee-hee?
Regina?
Don't
Yeah.
get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. That's a
whole ass thing of milk.
That's a carton.
That's not a glass. That's just a... Regina!
God, what?
Have you ever just thrown up?
focus.
Have you ever just... Well, imagine someone walks up to you and they're like, "Don't be upset," and they just hand you a carton of milk. Fuck.
Fabulous, my sweetie pie princess.
She is 16.
You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that. So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? What are you gonna do at the trial? The same thing as I do at every trial, Maya. Pulling shit out of my ass.
Shit out of my ass.
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh? Huh?
I think the sweetie pie princess doesn't.
Steven, I'll kill you. I'll teleport to your home.
I needed a drink, sorry.
I'll break your neck.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
She's awfully stupid.
Well, Max, looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later.
Or
Today, I'm
willfully
just a
ignorant.
member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo.
Well, I'll kill you.
That's more like Mo.
Mo.
I don't know how to. Top of the morning to you, governor.
Sorry. That one sucks.
Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attack in the day starts the energy in the morning. I'm not gonna reread that. The other bird gets the worm, but then again, words have higher brain function. Ah! Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
What?
Oh my! Thanks.
why is everyone showing up with cartons of milk? What?
So, how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful.
Top of the morning, tell you what is.
He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the type road is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you going to do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Is that what we call it?
Today we'll rely on evidence!
Today we'll rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and see the truth.
Today we're gonna do something crazy, Maya. I'm gonna use the facts of the case.
Instead of bullshitting until I figure it out, I'm gonna use stuff we already know.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough. We've never had to try before.
Usually the witnesses just break down and the answer lands in our lap. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
I want you to prove that Acro murdered the ringmaster, and I want you to make sure Regina watches. Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. December 30, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. I like how they're promptly starting at 10.
Court is now session for the trial of Maximilian Groundhugger.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
How are you always drinking?
Because there's not very long.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
I'm sorry, Josh.
It's, you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
She needs
I'll
to
get
know
over
that people die when they are killed.
People die when they are killed. Next, we'll teach her that almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas.
Very well, Miss Uncommon, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of the events.
What's the meaning of this?
Well, we have new facts, so...
Well, we investigated, you know, the thing that you told us to do. We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness.
What's the fucking difference?
One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Gasp! Who could it be?
Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation of the prosecution will present, if the need so arises.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
We are prepared to explain it, but only if we have to.
If we have to explain how he flew away, we will, but otherwise we won't. In fact, my detectives stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe.
Very well, please call your witness to the stand.
Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. You shouldn't.
Acro gets to the stand. Fucking, oh, a new one. Instantly Phoenix goes, murder!
Murderer!
Just loses his shit. Name and occupation.
God diggly, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Barrack Big Circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
That is the least trouble she has ever gotten. I was in my room.
Yeah, he just did it.
If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the... Nope.
This is me. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you like to tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. There we go. Witness testimony.
There we
What
go.
I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise outside the window.
You are a train wreck.
Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
I have a name!
I'm not using it.
If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the skies that night.
Hold it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool.
That was a hell
A
of a
man
sentence.
must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix, right? Weird that that's one of the few I haven't fucked up on instantly.
Right?
Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
How
Suddenly the sprite of
you?
Phoenix... Yeah, imagine if it cut back to him, and then all of a sudden, he moved in front of the little, pulpit thing.
He just jumped over
And
it.
he just started going. And then it cuts to the judge, and he's just like, holy shit!
What? Did he just phase through that desk?
Is he killing Von... My god! He's just beating the shit out of her. Miss Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened!
Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
What I witnessed, cross-examination. It was just after 10 p.m. I was resting in my bed. Accurate, I think. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. That, I think, was also accurate. A few months later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him behind. That's what it looks like, honestly.
Hold it.
On this one? Wanna try it?
Well, yeah, right?
Only saw him from behind.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because he only saw him
Hold
from
it.
behind, so that's useless. That's worthless.
The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. Well, I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Can you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk cat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that person I saw was Max Galactica.
Man, these people are really easily convinced that if they see someone wearing a costume, it has to be one person. It's
More
so
impressive, the less
baffling.
results I seem to get, but maybe that there was
You know what I
something
mean?
fishy with his latest bit of testimony. Is there a contradiction? Saw from the back, but it looked like I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember this part.
Why don't you just use the guide, dog?
I'm checking it. Oh fuck! If he saw the hat, then it wouldn't be on the scene.
Oh right, because
Yeah.
the hat was left behind. I forgot about that.
There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Objection! If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
Hat! Take that! Take hat!
Take that.
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat.
I can't stand by anything.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
I just realized that Phoenix asked this man if he stands by that,
Ooh,
which seems like poor phrasing.
troubling, Phoenix. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. Would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? What?
No.
Afraid
What?
not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica.
I don't know why I went into that first sentence so distressed, but I'm glad I did, because the payoff was getting to carry that energy into, are you saying he has 2 hats?
Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Big true, Molo guy. I hate it. I hate the cases where they're like, well, it couldn't have been anyone else wearing the hat.
No,
It must have been him because Steel Samurai costume.
Order!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Did we just go for it?
There's no way.
No, I mean, I guess we do. I mean,
Shit, dude.
the other things are nothing, because he doesn't have a grudge against Max, as far as we know.
Fuck it, real culprit. Let's go.
Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Murder. Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Why?
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. Well, you seem to have learned how to try and grab an audience's hearts and minds. I thought she was gonna call him a clown.
I also thought that.
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by these theatrics. Trying to rouse the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really? What book?
If you don't believe me, just look at that witness.
How did he get birds in here?
He's calm enough for it to be almost scary.
He is staying rather calm and collect. Oh.
Wow.
Mr. Dingling! Do you have any response to the defendant's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
You're right, there's absolutely no way you could have killed a man. Why, you couldn't have even dropped something heavy on him. Anyways. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear that the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right, way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head.
The poopy... This Phoenix guy sucks ass! Why are we even here? See that, Mr. Phoenix, right? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. They've got the doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Well, that's not really the point, is... Why would you be unable of killing someone just because you cannot stand?
There are many ways you can kill someone without using your legs.
Like, that's not a limiting factor. If he was like fully paralyzed and couldn't move at all, then you might have a better idea.
Yeah, like if he
Also,
also
these
couldn't use his
Acro's pretty
arms.
strong. Yeah, he's got upper body. He can fucking throw things. He could clonk a guy. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. Sorry, let me redo that again. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
Of course he didn't. That'd be wild.
What do you say to this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not going to sucker
Jawohl.
me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Oh, order! Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
There. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Van. If this witness is a killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
In his room.
He was in his fucking room. Stupid question. Take that!
Dumb question.
He
Next.
was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room?
Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. They put a cripple on the 3rd floor for some reason. It was really extremely rude of them,
It's like-
but very helpful for this
What-
case.
Well, it's like, I assume his room was up there, but you think after 6 months they would have moved him
You think after 6
to like
months,
a more accessible room?
him and Mo could have like switched rooms?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
that,
know?
that
You'd
room's
think.
got my stink all over it. Nobody else can ever have it.
I've really got my musk baked into the walls.
In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave
God, I
his room to
hate
kill the
Mo.
ringmaster.
What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling?
An incredible sentence.
That's such a good sentence. Holy shit! It caught me off guard how good that was.
It's an interesting.
What say
Yeah.
you, Mr. Dingling?
That's it?
This is all you, by the way.
Considering what you proposed impossible, yes. That's it.
Why?
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
as the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point.
If the killer had to go to the scene, meh. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Most said that he saw Max, didn't he?
There we
God,
go.
it kills me every time.
I can do that too. Watch. Okay, now I need to come back down is the problem.
Shut up, Steven.
Okay, there we go. That wasn't smooth at all.
I hope you know that, like, since I'm not watching the stream itself,
You
I
just
had
know.
no context from what you were doing. It took me a second to figure out what you were doing. 'Cause at first it sounded like you were just going, "Ah!" And I was like, and then I put it together. I was like, he's fucking with the VTuber, the avatar. I've got it. I've solved the problem. I get up!
And nothing gets me down. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly.
Not in a plane, Nick.
Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Shut up.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here...
That's right, I can't mess up
You'll
here.
take
I've got to
big
give this one
damage.
some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room, no doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
Do we have the evidence? Do we have the bust?
We do. We have a picture of the bust.
Perfect.
I'm going to present some evidence.
So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry?
Pretty sure that, yeah, this has got a picture of the bust. Because I'm pretty sure we don't have the actual bust as evidence, because it's gone. It's missing currently. Take that!
I think you should try again, especially before someone gets the chance to say something.
Max G bust. Do we have a... We don't have the bust. What are you talking about, guide? Choose present evidence.
Are you sure?
The Max G bust. Okay, well, I guess we'll try again. Did we not get the bust? So as I was saying, this piece of evidence.
Stop! Wait, I say. Before you start over, you must be penalized.
Oh, he got me.
And if you don't put an end to this funny business, I've got a few more ideas.
I'm going to present some evidence.
So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the murder of the crime?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we had something that was just the bust.
Take
You're
that!
fucking dumbass, Steven.
Yeah, listen, I don't
Steven,
want to talk about it.
I do.
What's that? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bus?
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. I assume. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window.
Yeah. I don't know what that yell was.
See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust.
That's a good sentence.
Order! For saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Objection! Well, Acro is an acrobat. That's okay. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like
Do you see those guns? He's ripped. I posit to the court that the defendant is ripped.
Shredded, even. I heard that he has
like
a
a fine
six-pack.
iceberg. God, I'm only sad Edgeworth isn't here.
I know, right?
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well, no, sorry. Well.
Acro's at a loss for words.
He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well. Acro, you can—
Did he just say you... He just said you can't run away to Acro. Anyways, I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix, right?
What?
Your Honor, The physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Are you shredded?
Testimony, you say?
Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. Objection! There is absolutely no need for such testimony.
The defense has its version of the matter. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Damn it. Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Fuck you. Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him.
No! He's a murderer! Ugh, that woman
I don't
will sink to
respect
any load in that
murderers.
case. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would have been unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think?
I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could have not known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
Your Honor, I have 2 words. Looney Tunes. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
Yeah, I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. We'll see who's stalling after this, Von Karma! Acro's physical state. Suppose I could have lifted something. I have a strong upper body. Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been possible. There's no way I could have exerted that force. It's impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, the box, right? The big box. There was a big box.
The box.
The box. Button. That one. That's the box button. Objection! Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this photograph.
Every time I do.
It makes me laugh. The key point here is the wooden box.
The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over?
The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box there?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
Looney Tunes. You mean...
If the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box...
There would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim.
No!
Yes.
Order! This is unbelievable.
Finally, some of the loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here. Forward. Forward!
You know what's funny?
not
I'm
that far
like
forward.
90% sure when I suggested Patrick Warburton, I hadn't yet realized Acro was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I know.
I just wanted the voice.
I think I just sort of independently decided that too, and then like 10 seconds later, I'm like, oh yeah, he is in a wheelchair.
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow!
Allow me to
Ow!
give some sense into you.
Ow! Stop!
Mr. Beaks, right? The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box.
That's why the box was so specially made!
Specially made?
Indeed! It had the most peculiar feature. The size of the
Was
box.
heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, the size or the weight? Size?
I would assume size. The weight wouldn't have mattered so much, but if the size is a certain way, he would have had to, like, stretchy. Like,
Yeah.
the box was a remarkable size.
Size?
Exactly. I think you can tell from the picture the wooden box was very large. To lift it up, one would have been required to squat.
Meaning that one would have had to have taken it up with both arms, right?
Moreover, the box is quite heavy. It weighs in the neighborhood of 20 pounds.
Ah. It was both.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would have been in approximately the same place.
Fool!
Please don't. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? About what you had to say. Eh? I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yeah, it was in the cafeteria.
I forget.
Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. I'm pretty sure that's just a do you remember? If not, we'll tell you.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
Ah, that means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well be able to get the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten that bust from the cafeteria to my room?
You see, Mr. Phoenix, right? Explain that!
That was nothing, don't worry about it.
What was nothing?
Don't worry about it.
Alright. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice.
Ah!
Well, I want a takesy-backsy. Tell us exactly how the witness could have carried the bust from the cafeteria.
Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
Alright, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
Well, I want to guess.
Alright. I'll just page through evidence.
It was the monkey.
Yeah. Take that!
A monkey?
Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
The fact they gave him the smug pose when he said everyone knows money.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring.
So, are you saying that the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home.
Oh,
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
That's so loud.
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Objection! Maybe you should put the whip down
He used
sometimes
the
and
power
read the
of
court
monk.
record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny.
Holy shit! Platinum? How expensive is this fucking bust?
Incredibly.
Also, Gwa!
Acro! Money is a strong monkey, right?
Yeah! Yeah!
Well, isn't he? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room.
Money is a strong monkey, isn't he?
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
God, that one really got me.
Order, order! I said order, Mr. Uncover! Where's the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. They're searching for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events. Let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as a murder weapon.
Wait! Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon? Purely by accident?
It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
That's a little harsh.
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that.
My argument is a fine life raft. Ow!
Ow!
Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know!
Ow!
You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the crime of the scene.
Ah!
Wait. I water it too. There's no doubt that there's no... Wow. Alright. There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
Shit.
I love that they all just call Mo the clown.
It's very good.
Well, what was that?
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
You have a guess?
Well, hang on.
I'm gonna stop doing that. It's very loud.
Was this one Barry? Or I mean Ben?
No.
Shit, hang on, let me think then.
Ben saw the ringmaster.
Oh,
walk
saw
at the
him
scene
walk
of crime.
away.
But he was waiting there for Regina, who never showed up.
So it was Regina.
Also, no.
Shit!
This is a weird one.
It was bad.
That would be wild.
He's not been in a coma at all. I missed the entire circus. Hey, Duck Game. This case sucks.
Yeah.
Alright. It's Russell himself.
Correct. Take that!
Yeah!
What is this supposed to mean?
It's because there was no one else there, and that's how you're supposed to say there was no one else there? Because it was obviously the bust.
Yeah.
Yes, what is this supposed to mean?
You mind explaining that to me as well?
You're getting barraged with questions, Nick.
Why is that?
It's because you're on the wrong track.
Oh,
Steven, you were wrong.
I was supposed to present the bust. Whoops.
I thought we were supposed to present the bust, but then you instantly went to the people, and you were like, it's one of these.
Whoops. I was looking at the next thing on the list. No,
Steven.
The goddamn...
It's the last picture.
He saw Max's
This is the worst time. Yeah, this case absolutely blows. Mulligan and Steven kind of mentioned it, and I was like, how can it be that bad? And then we got into it, and I went, oh no. It's just so repetitive and boring. This is the only case where I knew like exactly what happened in like 2 seconds. And like, so there's no intrigue. I'm just sitting here like, why are these people talking around in circles when it's clear what happened? Are you stupid? I asked who was the other person most saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Objection! Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
Possible.
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
Objection! There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off the cards on the bust's hands.
Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on the bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case, don't you agree?
Oh, he caught me.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust?
It was Barry.
It was, yeah. Not on purpose, but take that!
It was when it clonked him.
Fool! Him?
There's a lot of capital letters in this case, too.
You're saying it was the victim himself, Russell Barry?
That's what I'm saying.
The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust?
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it.
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this?
I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright, so you want to know what really happened that night. Let's step back in time. What? Let me remove myself backwards. This is as far back as I think I can go. Before it just loses me entirely. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached the rope to the bust, and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens.
Get
At the
it?
very instant that the bust hit the victim.
You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Oh, okay. Oh god. I didn't mean to drag myself. Oh no. Oh jeez. Come back, come back. Okay, I'm good. Everything's fine.
He was seen by someone with a wooden personality and a puppet.
Ha!
Got him. I know she said wait a second, Steven, but it was a turn of phrase. Okay. As much as you try. As much as you scheme. This just isn't true. It can't be.
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet.
What? Phoenix is all like, you fool. You tried to get me in this clown case, but I'm the fucking clown master.
The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look.
Yep.
That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls. I just
The
realized...
circus ended because the ringmaster died.
Shut up. Shut up. I just realized
Larry,
this...
Moe, and Curly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you not realize that?
I forgot. I probably realized it years ago, but it didn't occur to me until reading his full name just now.
Yeah.
When Moe looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out the window. So he just kept pulling the bust up.
I love the animation.
Yeah. Whoa!
Now, Duck Game, that's a classic case of the show must go on.
And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. I'm not clicked on the window, which is why Enter is doing nothing.
God, you're such a train wreck today, Steve.
I'm trying my best.
Well, I did get a fortune from a fortune cookie today that said, your best is enough. So I guess I have to extend that to you. I'm not kidding either. Like, that was literally... I had to order lunch. I had to order food at work because taxes. And I cracked my fortune cookie. It just said, your best is enough. And I was like, I don't know if this is mocking me or not.
So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could
Steven,
only
you've seen
have
the
been
anime.
you. Yes.
Max
does a whole flying stunt in the courtroom for some reason. I think they make Phoenix fly for reasons I'm not really clear on.
Cool. I've never seen the anime Duck Game, but Steven has and also uses it for our thumbnails.
Yep.
Acro's been playing mind games with all of
He
us.
sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now.
So,
What now?
you've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. This whole the coat getting stuck in the bus making it look like a flying person probably one of the biggest coincidences in case in Ace Attorney. Yeah. That's why it contributes to this being a bad case.
It's very convoluted. The reason everybody's like, so what? That's so fucking wild. Is because it is.
But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Yep. Evidence.
In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as
I
well.
thought he smacked it just to be like, I can do things.
Yeah, look at me, I'm a judge. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Yeah, They say they want
I
evidence.
just explained how there can only be one
court.
possible murder method, but there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get us out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright.
It's not unusual. Oh, this is me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about it's not unusual.
I would hard prove that you've unraveled the trick to this magic case.
You ever think about it? That song? It's not unusual. That's the name of the song, right?
Yeah. I think the hat is what we're supposed to do. The hat or the bus.
It's
There's two hats and and Clam.
Yeah, two hats.
Take that. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, the white roses.
Symbols, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one. The white roses was the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all of these contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
No, Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday.
I remember hearing after 3 to 6, what's up, pussycat?
He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat Mo saw was actually the bust's.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Sort of.
Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what the ventriloquist said in court? He says that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The cloak was the wrong way.
Well, yeah, it was fucking on forwards on him.
The clown says that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you trying to explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Of course. Of course I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust.
Ah!
Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the backside of the bust.
What? This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Thanks, man.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Carl will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. Actually not needed to convict someone of a crime.
Yeah.
What's new, Pussycat? Oh, it is What's New, Pussycat, not What's Up, Pussycat. Yeah, I didn't catch it the other them all again. What's up, Pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. It's because he was trying to kill Regina. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
I mean, probably.
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. But what did we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
It seems this case isn't over yet.
Unfortunately.
God,
Unfortunately for everyone here, including me. Very well, however, I feel this is a good place to take a break.
Oh, thank God.
I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. The score will now take a 10-minute recess.
Bonk. How long is part 4-2 trial?
I'm so tired.
It's literally one goddamn cross-examination. Well, there's a couple of things to present after. Do we want to, like, finish this week so we can start fresh next week? I don't think it'll... I mean, we've got 20 minutes left to stream. We can see where we're at, but...
Yeah, we can go for it, I guess.
I mean, if you prefer not to, we can just finish it next week. I know you've got, you know, sleep.
Yeah, let's just do it next week.
Okay. Well,
Plus, that would give a better chance for us to get Swissy back before we get to a good case.
Right. Good point. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight then. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow for the Fire Emblem, which is the game we're playing, Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. Have a good night.
Fire Emblem.
Bye.
Bye. See you.